Hey Gemini, so I'm actually back with another reading. I didn't expect to be back so soon, but I was inspired to do another reading because I just kind of thought of another topic that could be covered and could be really useful for folks. So I was inspired to do this reading by another YouTuber. She's not a tarot reader, but she gives great insight on really important issues affecting women, and so her name is Brainy Lee, and if you haven't checked her out, do so if what I'm saying sounds interesting, because like I said, she has some really good stuff up, and she speaks the truth, and she has really good pep talks as well. So one of the things she mentioned in one of her videos is how when we're looking for a partner, we tend to focus more on what it is that we want versus what it is that we need, right? And of course, the things we want can include the things we need, of course, but I think that for the most part, we kind of idealize a partner sometimes, and we tend to not really focus on our needs, right? So this reading is mostly centered around that, to kind of help us to start thinking about our needs in addition to our wants, right? So we don't want to just focus on one, but kind of find the balance of both. So here we go for Gemini. I'm just going to pull a few cards from the Ostara tarot deck, and each one is going to represent kind of a need for Gemini that could benefit them, in a partner or in a relationship. So this is going to be needs versus wants. It's a love reading essentially, but kind of focus on something else. Let's see. One of the things I want to really emphasize in my channel is doing readings and putting tarot and astrological information out there more as a way to help us grow as people, grow spiritually, and shift our perspective from one of like survival or fear based to one more about love and living in authenticity and positivity. Okay, so that's my goal in starting this channel. So it's not so much about telling you like your future or anything like that. I've never seen tarot as a way for you to see your future or to know your future. It's more about, like I said, self-growth and knowing yourself more and attracting more good, positive, supportive people and energy into your life, okay? The King of Pentacles, so somebody very stable financially, somebody who appreciates material gain. Let's see. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Six of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Empress in reverse. Excuse me. Okay, so in terms of needs, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I think that you can really benefit from somebody who can help you pull away from situations or people that no longer deserve your emotional attachment or emotional effort, right? So if there's situations that you are tied to, have an emotional tie to, that aren't necessarily the best for you, then and it's hard for you to pull away, right? If it's hard for you to pull away from situations that kind of, how can I say that, you've grown emotionally attached to, or situations that require a lot of your emotional kind of input, a lot of work, and it's really hard for you to leave those situations. You need a partner who is going to help you see that those situations, those people don't deserve your energy, right? A partner who's going to help you move away from things that are too taxing, or that take too much from you, or that leave you emotionally exhausted, if that makes sense. So we have the Six of Swords as well. So I would say that's more of a confirmation to the Seven or Eight of Cups in reverse too, because it seems like for a lot of you, or for most of you watching, or who will be watching this video, maybe it's hard for you to pull away from situations that you've become emotionally invested in the past, okay? Things can turn ugly or turn unhealthy, yet because you're emotionally invested, it's hard for you to move away. So when looking for a partner, really consider somebody who is very much okay with leaving toxic situations, or emotionally exhausting situations, or unhealthy situations in the past. Like, like those people that say that they don't have, they have a healthy sense of like cutting out like negative people, or toxic people, toxic energies, leaving toxic situations. Like, those are the types of people that you should consider, you know what I mean, including as part of, your options when it comes to dating. So maybe that's something that when you start getting to know someone, really kind of ask that question, like, is it hard for you to remove yourself from toxic situations, or are you really good at kind of saying no and establishing your boundaries, and like removing yourself and leaving those energies behind? If that person says yes, then that's good, because it can potentially help you if you have a hard time doing that. We have the Five of Swords. So this card is about resentment, manipulation, guilt tripping. If you have a past with where that you have a lot of heavy like energy, resentment, if you've experienced a lot of like manipulation or guilt tripping in the past, you are going to need a partner who is not going to continue that pattern, and is going to understand how manipulation works, understand that you've had a past with this, and is going to be respectful of that, and is not going to bring that into your life. So you start getting to know someone, and you notice that they like to maybe not that they like, but that in order for them to get what they want, they try to kind of guilt trip you a little bit, or try to kind of I don't know, get their way without really being considerate of you and your needs and your boundaries. Be really mindful of that, because that's not what you need. So you need somebody who is going to be respectful of your boundaries, right? Who is going to not try to convince you or guilt trip you into doing things that you don't want to do. I'm also sensing that maybe if you did have a past with this, if you had like other partners who were like this towards you, it's been hard for you to get away from people who do this, right? It's almost like you keep attracting the same people. and it's hard for you to get away from that. That's what I'm seeing here. So that needs to come into focus when you are getting to know somebody. Pay attention to that red flag specifically of whether that person respects your boundaries, or whether that person tries to influence you and push you to do things you don't want to do, okay? Or that are not good for you. We have the Empress in reverse. So when I see the Empress in reverse, I sense that some of you may be feeling like low confidence, maybe low self-esteem, not feeling like you can find whatever it is that you want, right? Especially when it comes to love. If you're feeling a little bit like nothing is really coming from all of the work and effort you're putting into finding a partner, if you've like been dating for a while or going on dates and trying to meet people and it's just not working out, I'm feeling like you are probably seeing people who aren't too positive. Like, it seems like you're attracting the same type of people who are who carry like this energy where they're not very honest maybe, and they're not very positive people. And I think you surrounding yourself with that is making you feel like, oh God, there is no good prospects out here. Like, feeling like nothing is, you're not really having luck, and you're not really gonna have success in finding somebody, okay? So you need somebody who's gonna be positive, right? Somebody who is going to add to your life, especially with the Empress here. Somebody who's gonna add to your life and who is going to make you feel like you can do anything, right? Try to stay away from the normal people that you tend to date. People who kind of drag you down, people who are not very positive, people who have issues that they're still trying to resolve. I feel like that's what you're attracted to, and that's been hard for you to get away from that, okay? So what you need is actually somebody who is good at leaving toxicity behind and getting away from situations that are not good for them, because they're going to help you do that better. And you need somebody who is not manipulative, or somebody who tries to get their way by guilt tripping you. Okay, so the first sign you see somebody doing that to you, bye. And then the Empress in reverse is again saying that you need somebody that's going to add to your life. You don't need a project, okay? You don't need somebody to fix or to help. You need somebody who's going to add to your life and help you become better. And you guys have that mutual support, if you guys supporting each other to become better. So think about too, like, people that have drained you or people that constantly need you, right? That's why the Empress is in reverse. You need somebody who is going to turn that around, and that's going to make you feel like you can do anything, and that, like I said, is going to add positivity and going to help you really manifest what it is that you want, okay, and what you need. So that's really cool. I really like that reading. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. From the Vision of the Muse deck, an oracle deck. There you go. Gemini. We have Dream. Okay, yeah, so definitely set your sights higher. I'm not trying to come for you. I'm not trying to make it seem like you don't already expect somebody who's really good for you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like I said, if you keep attracting the same type of like problematic people, then you need to kind of raise the bar and in that aspect, like change the type of people that you're seeing or that you date. So like take a chance on somebody different than maybe you wouldn't normally. Okay, so this has been your needs versus wants love reading, and I hope you enjoyed it, Gemini. If you did, please hit the like button, and I will see you when I come back with the mid-monthlies for January.